The Raiders are entering an exciting and crucial offseason, and today marks the beginning of their offseason activities. It's always an interesting time of year for any NFL team, especially when you're trying to build or reshape a roster for the upcoming season. For Las Vegas, today isn't just the start of the offseason, but also a pivotal moment as they welcome a trio of young prospects who could potentially be key figures in the team's future. If you're watching this video in real time, you've already heard me mention that the team is back in action, and these visits are a part of the official start to their offseason activities. Three highly regarded college players have scheduled visits with the Raiders, including Ashton, the standout running back from Boise State, Mason Graham, the powerful defensive tackle from Michigan, and Quinn Eurs, the talented quarterback from Texas. It's not every day that we see this level of attention on individual players during the early stages of the offseason, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. The Raiders have been known to be a team that does its due diligence when it comes to scouting and evaluating prospects, and these visits are no exception. Graham, and Eurs represent different positions of need for the team, and each player brings their own set of skills and potential that could align with what the Raiders are trying to build. It's worth noting that these visits are happening on the first day of the team's voluntary offseason activities, which says a lot about how seriously they are taking these prospects. It's likely that Maxx Crosby will also be present during these voluntary activities, as he's a player who frequently makes his way to the team's facilities when it comes to off-field work. You might also expect other key players like Jeremy Chinn, Landon Roberts, and Geno Smith to be around, especially since the coaching staff is on the lookout for players who are fully committed to the game and to improving themselves during the offseason. There's a genuine energy and excitement surrounding the Raiders right now, and these visits are just the beginning of what could be a transformative period for the team. One thing that stands out about these visits is the timing. These three athletes could have visited at any point during the week, but for some reason, they're all scheduled for today, which piques my curiosity. Why today? Why not yesterday, or Thursday, or Friday? There's got to be a reason why the team arranged these visits on this specific day, and I believe it signifies something important. When you consider the potential implications, it seems like there's a strategy behind the timing of these visits. On a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is overreacting and 10 is an event of immense importance, I'd rate the significance of these visits around a 7. And honestly, I could even bump that up to an 8, particularly because the Raiders seem to have a serious interest in Ashton, who has already had a top 30 visit with the team. He also met with the coaching staff at the Combine and even had a special visit on the day of his pro day. What stands out even more is the fact that the Raiders were the only team to have such a personalized interaction with which speaks volumes about their level of interest in him. This isn't just a casual visit. The Raiders seem to be investing time and energy into evaluating and that kind of attention doesn't happen without a real plan in place. You can tell that the team is looking to fill specific needs, and might just be the answer they're looking for in the backfield. The fact that is also being supported by the coaching staff, particularly the running back coach, whose son is playing a pivotal role in the team's offense, adds another layer to the intrigue. It's clear that is a player the Raiders want to bring into their fold. When you look at Mason Graham, his situation is a bit different, but equally telling. The Raiders have already met with him during a top 30 visit and had a session with him at the Combine. Graham's ties to Michigan, coupled with the fact that Tom Brady is expected to have a major role in the team's operations next season, makes him an intriguing prospect. I've spoken before about the Raiders' commitment to building around their defensive line, and Graham could very well play a key role in that. His skill set would complement the current roster, especially with players like Maxx Crosby and Christian Wilkins, who are key pieces in the team's defensive plans. What stands out to me about Graham is his potential to step in and make an immediate impact on the defensive line, and the Raiders are certainly making sure to thoroughly evaluate him. But perhaps the most intriguing prospect of all is Quinn Eurs. The Raiders' interest in him has been more under the radar, but when you break it down, it becomes clear that he's a serious contender for a spot on the team. Eurs had a top 30 visit with the team before his pro day, met with the coaching staff during the Combine, and then participated in a voluntary offseason workout with the Raiders. No other quarterback in this draft class has had that combination of visits, which makes Ewers a unique case. If the Raiders are indeed eyeing a quarterback on the third day of the draft, as some rumors suggest, then Ewers could very well be the guy they're targeting. It's clear that the team is looking at all their options, and with the quarterback position being such a crucial area of focus, it's no surprise they're leaving no stone unturned. The fact that Ewers has already had multiple meetings with the team shows that the Raiders are serious about evaluating him as a potential long-term answer at quarterback. They've been linked to a few other quarterbacks in recent months, and it's possible that they see Ewers as a developmental player who could grow into the starting role over the next couple of seasons. I've discussed before how the Raiders are likely to take a quarterback at some point in the draft, but the interest in Ewers adds a layer of complexity to that narrative. If they do go after a quarterback, it might be a player who can develop behind an established starter for a couple of seasons before eventually taking over the reins. The combination of Jenny, Graham, and Ewers visiting today is indicative of the Raiders' strategy for this offseason, and it's clear that they're focusing on key positions that could have a significant impact on the team's future. With the draft just around the corner, the team is going to have some tough decisions to make. Whether they end up selecting Jenny, Graham, or Ewers, or if they choose to pursue other prospects, the Raiders are in a position to make moves that could set the team up for long-term success. It's always fascinating to see how these draft prospects fit into the team's plans, and the Raiders' offseason activities are going to be a major storyline as we move closer to the draft. It's hard to say exactly what the team will do, but the fact that they're bringing in these players for visits is a clear sign that they're leaving no stone unturned as they look to build a competitive roster for the future. But the quarterback position isn't the only area the Raiders are focusing on. Another key position that has been on their radar is the defensive line, and players like Mason Graham could play a crucial role in strengthening the defense. The Raiders have been looking to bolster their defensive line for quite some time, and Graham's skills could be exactly what they need to take the next step. His background at Michigan and his strong performance at the Combine have definitely caught the attention of the Raiders front office. The team has already had a top 30 visit with Graham, and it's clear that they see him as a potential difference maker on the defensive line. With Max Crosby already a force to be reckoned with on the edge, adding someone like Graham to the mix could make the defensive front even more formidable. What's also intriguing about Graham is the potential synergy he could have with other key players on the defensive line, like Christian Wilkins. The Raiders have made it clear that they are prioritizing the improvement of their defense, and Graham could be the perfect fit to help take this unit to the next level. His ability to disrupt plays in the backfield and provide pressure on a quarterback could be exactly what the team needs to improve their pass rush. Given the Raiders' commitment to building a strong defense, Graham is definitely a player to watch as the draft approaches. In addition to strengthening their defense, the Raiders are also looking to improve their running game. This brings us back to Ashton, the standout running back from Boise State. As I mentioned earlier, Jenny has already had several meetings with the Raiders, including a top 30 visit and a formal meeting at the Combine. His impressive performance during his college career, coupled with his strong showing at the Combine, has made him a prime target for the Raiders. Last season, the team struggled in the running game, ranking near the bottom of the league in rushing yards per game and yards per carry. Jenny's explosive speed, vision, and balance make him an appealing option to help revitalize the team's ground game. His ability to break tackles and gain yards after contact could provide the Raiders with the kind of running back they've been missing. What stands out about Jenny is not just his physical traits, but also his work ethic and football IQ. The Raiders are looking for players who are committed to their craft and who have a strong passion for the game, and Jenny certainly fits that mold. His willingness to put in the work during the offseason, combined with his natural talent, makes him a player who could step in and make an immediate impact on the Raiders' offense. If the team can improve their running game, it will take pressure off the passing attack and create more balance on offense, which is something they've struggled with in recent seasons. Jenny could be the key to unlocking that potential, and the Raiders seem to believe he's a player who can help turn things around. As the Raiders continue to evaluate their roster and assess their needs, the draft will be a crucial moment in determining the team's future. The decisions they make in the coming weeks will have a significant impact on how the team shapes up for the 2025 season and beyond. Whether they choose to select a quarterback like Ewers, strengthen their defensive line with Graham, or add a dynamic running back like Jenny, it's clear that the Raiders are focused on improving their roster and positioning themselves for success. These visits and evaluations are just the beginning, and there's still a lot of work to be done before the draft. But one thing is for sure, the Raiders are making moves and setting themselves up for what could be an exciting future. Looking ahead, it will be fascinating to see how the Raiders approach the draft and what decisions they ultimately make. With so many potential options and so much talent available, there are endless possibilities for how the team could shape their roster. Whether they opt to go after a quarterback, a defensive lineman, or a running back, the team's focus will undoubtedly be on building a well-rounded, competitive roster that can contend in the coming years. It's going to be a thrilling time for Raiders fans, and the excitement is only going to build as the draft draws nearer. The team is on the right track, and these off-season activities are just the first step in what promises to be a pivotal season for the Raiders. So stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of what could be a game-changing period for the Las Vegas Raiders. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a video that quickly went viral across NFL circles, wide receiver Devante Adams may have dropped a bombshell that sent fans into a frenzy, a cryptic reflection on his decision to leave Green Bay for Las Vegas in 2022. While he didn't mention the Raiders by name, the tone, the pause, and the look on his face said it all. Could it be that one of the NFL's elite pass catchers is now regretting a high-profile move that once shocked the football world? After a stellar 8-year career in Green Bay alongside Aaron Rodgers, Adams opted to join the Las Vegas Raiders, reuniting with college teammate Derek Carr. At the time, it was seen as a bold, ambitious move, and financially, it made sense. The 5-year, $141 million deal made Adams the highest-paid wide receiver in the league. But fast forward just 3 seasons and 2 trades later, the picture looks far more complicated. Despite leading the league in touchdowns his first season with the Raiders, frustration began to mount. A string of coaching changes, inconsistent quarterback play, and a lack of postseason success appeared to wear on the All-Pro wideout. By the 2024 season, Adams had requested a trade and was shipped to the New York Jets for a conditional pick, reuniting him once again with Rodgers. But even that reunion didn't provide long-term stability. The Jets released him less than 5 months later. Now with the Los Angeles Rams, Adams is poised to embark on a new chapter, having signed a 2-year, $44 million deal. But the wideout's recent comments suggest his journey has come with emotional tolls. Sometimes, the grass isn't greener, he reportedly said in a private sit-down, raising eyebrows across the league. Was it a subtle admission that he never truly wanted to leave the Packers in the first place? As speculation swirls, one thing is clear. The decision that once made Devante Adams the highest-paid receiver in the NFL may not have brought the peace he expected. Whether his time in LA reignites his career or simply adds another chapter to a story of what-ifs, the legacy of his move to Las Vegas may continue to follow him, even if he's no longer wearing silver and black. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.